Hello, good afternoon. Hello, guys. So, is there any question from last class before we start? Well, while you guys are thinking of questions or coming in the class, I didn't glue this hand yet. It's still loosened, and I didn't bake this sleeve either, so I just placed some clay here to do the sleeve just like the same way as that one, but it's still soft. I cut it here a little bit to fit the arm better. It wasn't really fitting. And there's a lot of things that I'm gonna do today to fit everything in place. So first thing is, when I place this arm here, we always have to be placing and removing to see if it is like what we want. Hi. So if you place it here, and that's like a comfortable position for the shoulder, and if you look to the baby's body, these fingers are floating in the air. They don't look like they're actually touching the baby. And I don't like that. It doesn't look natural. It looks like it bothers me. So I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this arm. And I'm going to add some clay to the baby's body here to be able to squeeze the hand in there and sculpt like the hand is comfortably touching the baby's body. It's good because the baby body is to skin as well, so it's going to look better anyway. The baby's already glued to mama's body, but we can always add volume and clay and height. So I'm just adding the same, it's not exactly the same color here, doesn't matter because the hand is gonna be over and I can paint it a little bit darker because the right color I still have, but I need to use for the back, so I'm saving it. I don't have a lot. Hola. Hola, Italia. Ciao, Italia. So I'm just going to start connect them together and trying to make it wrinkly. If we want to add some more here to the sides, we can. So I'm just gonna add until it still looks correct, but that my hand is gonna be able to fit in there. So let me see if that's enough because I don't want to be sculpting if I'm still gonna have to add more. So I'm gonna place it in there and see. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a mark with the fingers in there so I know where they're going. I can still add some more so these fingers here can stay, and I need to remove some for the toe in there. It's going, the toe is right there. I don't want the toe. So I'll remove some from here. And I can add some more. So these fingers are going to rest. Just the little guy, this finger, I don't know the name of it. Midget? No. This little guy, I don't want it to, it doesn't need to fit. It can be slightly up like she's, you know, fancy. We usually don't really touch these fingers, so it's fine if it doesn't touch. I'm just gonna put this one a little bit higher. No, not the thumb, this one, the small one. The one that I call midget and is not midget. And I will keep on adding, add those fingers in there. And now they look more comfortable. Let me see if you can show it, guys, this. There, see, it's touching better. I'm gonna keep them here and just add some to where those two fingers are. Pinky. Did I say toe? I said wrong. Don't listen to me. I'm crazy. All right, so now I can see where those fingers are. In Portuguese, fingers and toes has the same name. We don't name them different because they are foot or hands. So I make that confusion a lot in English. All right, now they look better. I can see them fitting the dress there. And now that I can see everything, I will remove this arm again so I can work on the shapes better. Okay, so and after doing everything in here, don't forget, we need to add the texture so they all look the same. Okay, so some in here, and it's even good if the baby finger is also, you know, touching the fabric and making a mark. So it's fine if it gets a mark in there as well. There. And here I can see the mark of the finger in there. I can also add some more so it looks more like mommy's fingers are touching there. Even here I can fold a bit over the thumb as well, so everything looks more in place. It doesn't look like it's floating, and there is an interaction with the clothes and the mom's hand. It's important to think about that. Things that are floating on sculptures make it look less realistic. And then obviously if I did that here, once I get here I have to add some extra foldings and some stuff here to make it look more like it's the same fabric here going on. Okay, and then we're going to smooth this out a bit with the brush and oil or just with the tool. And then we will get our texture fabric and press it all over so it's just like all the rest of the dress, keeping the same texture. Okay, obrigada. All right, so once we did that, we can put mommy's fingers back and press them slightly so you have an interaction with the fabric. And that's much better now. I am happier with that. I don't want to keep on working on texture and those things in class because I kind of want to get done with the whole dress. So next week we can finish her hair and finish the sculpture. Okay, so now we have to figure out, we have to fix the connection because we just glued the arm here. We didn't finish the connection with dress and sleeve here because we needed to make the baby's hair. So to don't mess up baby's hair, I'm gonna put a plastic protection here. This is just a saran wrap, that kitchen plastic. And I'm just gonna put some so the baby hair doesn't get clay on it right now. I will remove before putting in the oven. Okay, and let's cover up that. We can glue this one already here as soon as we have the dress. So I'm just gonna glue it. Or we don't really need to glue. I'm not gonna glue it. I'm not gonna use any glue. You can put super bonder, super glue or crazy glue in there like we did with this one, but you don't need to because we're gonna add clay and it's gonna stay there. All right, so see if I can find a position here that you guys can see what I'm doing because I'm gonna work right under her arms in there. It is a hard position to work, to see, even for me, to do it and show at the same time. It's quite a challenge, but let's do that. So I'm just gonna put the clay in there. Actually, no, not this one. This one I'm gonna use the real color, that is this one. Here. I'm going to put it in there. There. And that's why I have the plastic to the baby's hair, so it doesn't get on the way. There you go. And I'm going to attach them together and right there, so they become the same thing here. And don't forget, we always have to add the texture. It's not super hard because you can always add foldings if it's too hard to smooth out. You know, it's doable. Just make sure that I'm gonna go behind the baby's head, right there. And also if I need, I can glue a little bit of more baby hair. It's fine. And now let's add some folding here so it doesn't look too much of just like a piece of clay. Just look like fabric more. All right, that's good enough. And I'm just gonna place it together here. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing this side to put them together there. Oh. If I am gay, not really. I'm married and I'm a female, he's a male. From what I know. Okay, so I'm going to keep on adding here, just so this also looks like the fabric is. And then when I do that, this will, even if I didn't add glue to the wire inside, this will be connected. And then here, I wanted to have some marks of fabric because she has the arm connected. So we want to have, you know, also an interaction with sleeve and body here. And you want after the boobs, like you want kind of like the fabric to go a little bit out here. Cannot go straight up. This way. And then if at some point after you do it, you think the shoulders are too large, because sometimes when you do the arms separated, that can happen, you just cut it with the knife and redo, put new clay to make a new shape. But I think mine is gonna be okay. Yeah, Marsh is always great. She always helped me. I don't care for trolls. Let them be there talking to themselves. It's fine. Too old to give any attention to that. All right. Oops. There you go, Tro. You have material. I dropped the phone. The base of the sculpture is hitting the base of the camera tripod. Both of you, Marcia, Esther, Anna, all my students are really good because they are my students from Patreon. Actually, this is a private class from Patreon that I am releasing for free during the COVID crisis. So none of my students miss it up. All right. So as you guys can see, all the dress is builded here. I'm not sure if you guys can see the design very well because the two colors kind of mess it up, but this color is exactly the same as I made the full dress. It's just the dress is painted and the new part is not painted. Here you can see it's the same color. This one's baked, so it gets a little bit darker, but it's still the same color. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but here to the back. And this is a bit challenging because we need to fill up with clay all the way inside. Otherwise, this is going to crack. Unless you guys want to put epoxy clay before, so it doesn't, the air doesn't run away. But I'm not, so I'm just going to really, really squeeze the clay in there and make sure that is well squeezed. I'm gonna use this another color here because it's gonna be inside, so it's not gonna show. Like, see here, I cut at the shoulder. It was too much outside, so I just cut it and I'm gonna cover with new clay and rebuild. So let's just hold the arm in place and squeeze the clay in to cover all the air. Can you guys see what I'm doing? There. There we go. I'm gonna keep on adding clay. The baby, I've done it already, the other class. There's nothing, I made the baby attached to the mommy's arm before and they're baked already, so there's no gaps. And yeah, I patched the front and I'm also going to patch the back here. Yes, I'm gonna put everything in the oven. The front is more done than the back, yeah. The front is pretty much done. I still have to bake and paint too and put texture. But the sculpture is pretty much done now in the front. Thank you. There's some clay under my base and it's not moving so easy. Okay. So this one is just taking me a little bit longer because I want to make sure there's no air in there. So I don't want this to crack. If you leave air, inside your sculpture, and when you put in the oven, the air, uh, when it heats up, the air expands and you want to run away. So it tends to crack the clay so the air can get out. And we don't want that to happen. So I'm really, really pressing in to avoid any air in there. Okay, that's good enough. And I'm gonna do the same thing this side, under her arm in there. And now I'm going to open some clay on my pasta machine, just 1 second, so we can do this back dress. All right, so I opened some clay in my pasta machine. It's opened, and now let's put some texture before we place in there. So if you missed this class, I'm going to show you now. This is my glass table. So it's not very well to show the recording because it's shiny. But this is my texture. It's just a fabric with gel clay. You have all this class complete on my YouTube. All the videos from the beginning are here, and you can find it. And now there we go. Now we have the dress texture on our clay. And we remove the clay from here. That's why I like glass table, because we can easily work with clay. And let's get back to her. There we go. And now I have to think about what shape I want for her dress to be here. And just make sure it will be on the right spot in there. Here, and I think I just want to go kind of like straight here, this way. I'm just gonna put on my table and cut this shape that I just draw. I'm not gonna put the phone in there. I'll show you guys. Just give me 1 second to cut. And I'm using this knife to cut. There we go. And now I'm gonna place it in here. And make sure that all the bubbles, air bubbles, are gone. Now I attach them together. There is a crack in here that I have to fix too. And here also the fabric kind of goes out on the arm, like inclinated to the outside. And I'm just going to blend them together here. Blend all together here. Same thing here. I don't want to add volume to her arms, so I'm going to remove this leftover here. This is like a sculpting tool. It's a stainless steel sculpting tool. Actually, a lot of people ask me about this tool. My husband just ordered a few, like from I don't know how to say it, like a factory that just sells big amount, and he's going to resell it on his Amazon account, the same that he sells the skeletons and skulls for my students and my followers. Because a lot of people always ask me and they want to use it. And this one, I got it in Brazil at a store that does not deliver internationally, so I'm not sure how to help my students out. So I asked my husband to see if he could help me out with that. Okay, I'm just removing the whole thing here because I don't want to just finish it with a small amount of clay here. Like, and here I don't want to just be a thin one. I need to put the full amount in there to make this is not right. It needs to go larger here and out. And if you feel uncomfortable to hold your sculpture at this point, you can always bake it. Don't forget. And keep on going after you bake. Just don't forget to, before baking the dress, that you have to add texture to it. It's very easy to become a student. You go to www.patreon.com/Juliana Lupine. Or you can even sign up this YouTube channel as a student and get access to all the content, private content. But I believe Patreon is cheaper than YouTube. It's cheaper and is more organized. The community is more organized at Patreon. Right now, the classes are for free, though, because of the COVID. I don't want to charge people during this crisis moment. But if you do want to go there to support me, I won't complain. But only if you can, really. I don't want people to, during this moment, have to pay for my classes, especially my students that have been with me for so long. I don't want them to miss out classes. So. Oh, there's a hole in here. I just felt it. So we add more clay to it. And then when you're happy with your result, we will add the texture. I'm not going to do the complete smooth out in front of you guys here because it takes too long and there's no need, because before adding the texture, obviously I smooth it all out with a brush. If I need to add some mineral oil to smooth out better, I'll do it until it's nice and perfect, and then I'll add the texture. But I will just add the texture here to show you guys, and if I need more smooth out, I'll do it after, so we can go ahead and finish her, because next week I really want to add her hair and finish this piece. Okay, so once you like the shape of your dress, let me go further a bit. Yes, it's only $10 a month. And you have access to all my classes. All my classes from the beginning. There's like a lot of classes. There's Dracula, John Lennon. There's so many, I don't even remember. But anyway, here I'm going to remove the plastic before I forget. And if I need to go in a bit more here, I will. There. And now let's add texture. So this is how it is, the dress, and when we paint, it's going to be exactly like the rest of the dress. So I'm gonna get my texture and add everywhere where I added new clay. It's also good to shape it better with you. Sometimes we don't even need to smooth it out because the texture does a very good job, because you can just grab it and press it in and remove the tool marks with your texture fabric. Yeah, there's the witch, there's Scott, the bigger lady, there's Jasmine. There is a domestic violence piece that I made. Actually, tomorrow I'm posting a documentary here on YouTube about my domestic violence series. It's a beautiful documentary that it was made in 2018. And now I can post it. I will post it tomorrow here on YouTube. Okay, so texture is done. Now we can add some fringes to the dress. Okay? Is there any question? Somebody said something here and paid me. Oh, that's great. What is this? I don't even know how to see that. You guys can make paid comments here. I'm not sure how that works. So let me add some fringes. So those are my fringes. I've never made a mask. I've never made anything that I have to make silicone after, because I don't like the chemical parts, so I don't make molds. I do some, my husband does the molds for the skeletons. So I'm just gonna cut the fringes all single. I don't want to, well, I can maybe get like 3 together, see if it works. If not, I'll separate them. 2, let's see, 3. Oh, this class was faster than I thought. I was afraid that I wouldn't have time to finish the whole dress. It was actually good. I did have the time. I won't be able to paint because I have to bake it before. But there's a lot of painting already in this class available, and it's going to be exactly the same painting that I've done in the whole dress. So I don't think there's need to show. I can do it during this week, and then we just finish her hair next class. So remember I said I didn't want to put the fringes going. I missed the comment. I don't know how to see the comments after they're gone. They stay here for so fast. Remember I didn't want to put the fabric or the fringes right to the dress, so they don't do that, don't go out. I want them to fall naturally, so we have to go 1 by 1 or 3 by 3. So I can add some inside her arm in there, and even it could like be folding like this. It would be nice. We'll see. So I'm going to put some, so yeah, so that's why I didn't put on the fabric. I want them to be naturally falling, so we have to go and make them separately. So I'm not gonna add a crazy amount in here, but I'm gonna add some. So this is silicone glue, Beacon 3-in-1. Yeah, you can search for Juliana Lupine on Amazon and find a lot of the products that I use. I just link them. I'm not selling them. I'm not the seller. I just link them, so helped people to find the same products that I use, or some products that it's similar to the ones I use, because not every time the place I bought is available. But if you guys buy from it and they don't like it, or you don't like the seller, let me know and I'll remove from the list. So I'm just gonna add in there. I'm gonna cut this top here because it's going further than my mark. There. And I'm going to add some more. Not these ones, I don't like those ones, they're bad. Okay, I'm gonna open them right here. And after, I can even glue to the arm if I feel that they're not coming down very natural, like they're going out like this, I can glue it to her arm. Yeah, the skeletons and eyes, I sell them. I don't sell eyes on Amazon yet. I sell eyes on Etsy. Skeletons are on both Etsy and Amazon. Eyes are just on Etsy, but all of them are still linked to my Amazon products with the other products. On Etsy is just things that I make. There you go. You guys see my students, how they rock? They give all the information, they help me. See how they deserve me to go open classes during the COVID. Can't let these people without classes because of that, right? They're awesome. They're all amazing. They're the best students ever. Thanks, guys. So as you guys can see, I am gluing the fringes like they are falling. No, feel free to ask questions. I know I have a lot of things, and even for me, it's hard to get them organized and easy for people to find. You can find it on my website, but you see, it's even in my website is a bit confusing because you see there's a store, there's my product, so it feels confusing because store is my store where I just sell things that I make, and I am responsible for shipping and everything else. And then when you go products, it's just the products I use, and it's linked to my Amazon. There you go. I like this amount of fringes. We don't need to put fringes all the way down there, I think. I'm just gonna put this last one, and then I'm gonna show how I will hide that. I already shown this the same thing that we did for the rest of the dress, but I'll show it again. Nope, not enough glue here. Okay, there you go. And then as you guys can see, once you put the fringes, we get a little bit of a volume that I don't like because I'm a perfectionist. So I will add some clay here. I already left a step, a difference of level on the fabric, so it's easy for me to do that. Now I'm going to add clay here, and it's gonna look like this is coming straight from the same fabric. And just be careful with baby's hair. Thank you. So that the fringes are gonna look like they are part of the dress. They are not glued to it when we add this extra clay here. And don't forget texture. Okay, so I think these fringes could come a little bit more in this direction. There we go. Now we add some texture, and it's gonna look like it's all the same fabric there. Okay, just make sure that this connection here, it's all smooth. All right, guys, so fringes here. I think I'm gonna add some fringes to her in here too, right? That's gonna look good. I have to make more fringes, but I will. Just want to show you guys where I'm gonna add so you guys know. I'm gonna add more here, more to this sleeve. I don't have enough, so I'll add more here and more here too. This one I have to go and you can add, and then after it's done, you can kind of like put inside so the baby doesn't get on the way. Or right now we can just put it in there, and then there's also an interaction with the fringes and the baby, which is pretty interesting. And just put it in there. And it's kind of like bending over the baby. I like that, so I'm gonna keep it and cut here. Okay, these ones I need to bake first so I can actually glue it in there, or I can put it in there, press it in, and put more clay. Those are things that I will have to do. Well, these ones I'm just going to put more clay in here and squeeze in the clay. I think they will stay. There. There we go. Nice. And I'm gonna add more here too. So I'm just placing in because I like it better when I glue it. I think it's safer if I glue them here. Okay, that's it. That's it, guys. Now I have to bake, finish to add fringes. I don't have any more fringes. I have to make them more. And paint. And next week I will come back with her painted and ready to receive hair. So next week we are going to make her hair. I'm excited. I can't wait for hair. I want to show you guys more. Hold on, let me put her farther. There, go farther. There. Nice. I'm happy. I love the result, and as soon as she's ready, she's gonna be available for sale on my Etsy account as well. So I also have sculptures for sale on my Etsy. And there you go, just missing some fringes and some color. Any question before we finish this class? Somebody made a comment here with, let me see if I can find on my computer. I can't really find here. Somebody made a comment, and it's like a special comment, which they donate $1 for the comment. Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll be at some museum after my death. Right now, I've never got invited for. I've got once, but it didn't work out good. I got scammed. Oh. Oh, it was in Korean. 안녕히하세요. I forgot how you say thanks in Korean. I can't see the comments. Why? I don't know what's going on. The comments are going so fast. I should probably find this video on YouTube if I want to see it. Mute. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna watch this on my computer, and then I can see the messages, because here it's too fast for me to read. So here I can see the comments. Okay. Sim, vai pro forno. Skeleton process. Yeah, it's much easier. That's not an experiment. Experiment to fool around. Well, it started like that, not anymore. Bracelets? Oh, that's a good idea, Esther. Send me pictures. Marcia said she's glad she's... Yeah, because last week I asked if I should skip this and go straight for the hair. But they didn't let me. They wanted to see it all. Okay, guys, so I think that's it. Let me see if there was any question. Just reading the comments here. Oh, yeah, I can't see all of them. Okay, guys, so any other question before I go? And next week I'll be back, same time, same day, hopefully. Sometimes I have to change, but usually I try to keep the same every Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And you can find all the previous classes here on the channel. Paulo, eu tenho um canal em português também. É só procurar Juliana Lupain no YouTube, que tem um canal todo em português. Okay, guys, so I guess that's it. There's no more questions, I think. Great, Anna. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming, and thanks to my Patreon students for being so amazing and always so supportive and helpful and great. Okay, guys, see you next week. And my Patreon students, you guys know, if you have any questions, just ask me on the chat. We do have a group chat for all the students on Facebook where we chat, we help each other through. So if you join my Patreon and you want to be added to the chat, just send me a message on Patreon with your Facebook link and I will add you. And yeah, it's very, very fun group. We also gossip a lot. We help each other through crisis to don't give up. We push each other when we're lazy, or sometimes we just get lazy together. Okay, guys, so see you all next week. Hope you guys enjoy it. Bye-bye.